we got so we could hear each other thinking, we could feel each other feeling. And that gave us a leg up in terms of if we were improvising, we knew, you know, I knew where Jerry was going. He knew where I was going. And I would try to, you know, get to where he was headed and be there with a little surprise for him.
Telepathy, you know, you sort of start to be able to anticipate each other and guess where someone is most likely to go without having to think about it.
Probably, in a lot of cases, 90% crap. It might even be 98% crap, but then if you hold out, there's a moment where it just locks in. It's like craziness, and then all of a sudden the groove just crystallizes.
It's about bringing an emotion into the music and allowing that emotion to be communicated amongst each other. So we're basically playing off each other's energy.
The Grateful Dead are regarded as the godfathers for all things jam. Their recording sessions, concert experiences, and direct-to-fan business model would be the blueprint for bands like Phish and the Spaghetti Incident. Starting in the mid-60s, their live shows became known for their drawn-out musical improvisations.
So the musicians need to be able to hear and feel each other and intuit each other. And you know, we rely quite heavily on intuition in what we're doing. And I guess, if anything, that sort of approach is what we've become known for.
The Dead's jams started as spaced-out sound explorations, but as they moved into the 70s, their sound became more cohesive. Dynamics were used to weave a story-like effect into the jams with a distinct beginning, middle, and an end. Gone were the days of everybody trying to play all at once, and in came a more mature sound. As the music evolved, so did the fans.
You're creating this sort of truth in the music that you're playing, then people will eat that up and they want to be a part of it, and so they'll create things to help, like a street team, or people will follow you that are dedicated, or if you touch them in some way, like they've just been like, wow, their music is beautiful, they want to contribute to it as well.
With fans following the tour from show to show, a makeshift community is formed, which includes a black market of concert-related products, an arts district, and a pharmacy. The bands responded by playing lengthy shows, with different set lists and constantly evolving songs every night.
We follow the band with a bunch of people because it's all one thing. And like, it's inspiring for it to be one thing. You know, like, that's why I love them so much. And it's different from like hanging out in like Babylon, where you don't really care that much about your neighbor. Like here, everybody cares about each other, and the music cares about you. You know? And we all sing praises to each other.
Good way to put it, brother.
That's it.
By encouraging fans to record and trade tapes of their live shows, sometimes directly from the soundboard, bands were able to develop a strong word-of-mouth reputation. Phish took this fan interaction one step further by implementing different business practices and involving them in the creative process. The Big Ball Jam became an instant success during live shows, where the band would throw beach balls into the audience and play a different note every time the ball was hit back into the air.
Jam bands really depend on the energy that comes from the fans. So I think, especially in a live situation, you need to not only feed off of the other players, but also the fans too. That's a real skill. There's people who can play really well, but don't know how to interact with the audience. And then you're up there shredding away, doing your amazing playing, and people are like, well, that's interesting. And that's it.
These days, the definition of jamming has become an all-encompassing phrase to describe not only the jam bands themselves, but also musicians who jam as a way of songwriting. The concept has also started to cross into new territory: jamming in the electronic world. Lionsgate is one of the first groups to assume that transformation.
Lionsgate, we're trying to integrate that jamming aspect into the digital environment, and that's something that isn't really being done. There is some pioneers for sure, but it's not a mainstream idea yet. Like, I think there's sort of two different worlds. There's the DJ world, and then there's the band world. And there's the band world where they're playing with structured songs, and then there's a band world where there's some improvisation. And we're trying to bring the improvisational component into the DJ world and have long sections of stuff that's completely non-structured at all.
And also what we're trying to accomplish in Lionsgate is taking the essence of that sort of union and putting it into a format that people can understand and are moved by.
You start playing and feed off of each other and don't necessarily have a structure in mind, and that can lead to really amazing, inspired performance.
It's a hell of a lot of fun when you hit a great pocket and all that.
Yeah, there's no borders. It's just, it's just playing music, you know?
When you have a person playing an instrument and actually creating the music, there is a human element and emotion that's attached to that sound that only another human can understand.
Everybody was happy. People spilled beer and jumped on things.
It's just too bad we weren't all high on
people
LSD.
spilled a lot of.
I've enjoyed my time here at school. Met some good people here at Harborside. They're all filming me and laughing at me right now.
That's a lie.
But that's alright.
We love you with you, buddy. Next.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, you can do it. So that's sandwiches. Yeah.